I will go ahead and transition into the webinar, and we're going to discuss this upcoming fair, and I will hand it off to both of you, Brad and Michelle.
Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to fit the Tiny House Community Fair, which is speakers from the industry, whose name you've got displayed on here, of course. Lloyd Kahn, one of my favorites because he's been in Shelter Publications, been around since I was a kid. And he's got a beautiful book out, the one everybody knows of that's in the tiny house business, is Tiny Houses, Simple Shelter. And Tiny Homes, actually, Simple Shelter. And it's an incredible book with 1,200 color shots of houses all over the world, and some of them is sitting on literally tricycles. The other people we're going to have here, Jay Schaefer and Deke Diedrichsen and Dan Lush. These are people that have been in the business, have been building tiny houses, teaching courses, stuff like that. And so it's really an opportunity to really get together and discuss some issues that are facing the tiny house movement, whether it's the construction technique. I'm going to be addressing the issues of the trailers and the toxicity of small environments if you don't use the proper materials, that you could actually have more problems than you think. So there's a lot of things to be discussed, and then there'll be opportunities to buy windows, doors, and all things salvage there. And hopefully we're going to have a selection of everything from the solar systems, the wind power systems, the
composting
toilets, the whole works.
Anything germane to tiny living, tiny building. What we're targeting is vendors who make or sell products that would be useful, like Sunmar composting toilets, small space heaters, or small wood stoves that would be useful in a tiny space. And so yeah, you have a lot of really fun things planned, and we're planning on having a stage for live music and food and kinds of fun stuff. So, and if you buy a ticket for the Tiny House Fair, then the Pure Salvage Living Expo, which is kind of what we're doing with selling a lot of our beautiful salvaged hardware and windows and doors and things, is included in the price of that.
Yeah, there'll be a big market, hopefully, with a lot of people offering up materials that tiny house people will be interested in, but also not just tiny house, but people that are interested in being off-grid, whether it be preppers or whether it be people that want larger houses, but they still want to be building with salvage and they want to be off-grid. It doesn't have to just be tiny houses. The Pure Salvage Living Renaissance is actually designed with the intention of including everybody, big house and small, ultimately, but it's expensive to build big houses in pure salvage.
So yeah, and like Brad always says, even if you can't do 95% salvage like we do here, you can do 50% salvage, and that still helps immensely and still keeps those materials out of landfill and still makes your home that much healthier.
Right on, wonderful, guys. Yeah, so like they said, they're in the development process of this. They're still kind of hashing out all the fine details, right? But you can still buy tickets right now if you go to, it's tinyhousecommunity.com//fair. They are selling tickets to this event. It's $300 per person, but that's for the full weekend. Access to all the speakers.
Yeah, and that's in the Community House Fair, which is actually limited to 200 people to be able to get into that tent to listen to those speakers. And then we may have some larger events that'll include some of these speakers and some other events as well. But that particular portion of the Pure Salvage Living exposition is going to be limited in what her seating capacity is for that event.
Right. So essentially, they're having this event on Brad's property at Tiny Texas Houses, and this is a 3-day event, and they're trying to expand it to be an even bigger event related to pure salvage living and everything Brad's doing. So there's going to be a lot more going on. We'll get info to everyone as soon as that develops more, but you can buy tickets for the 3-day event as of right now.
And we're going to have a lot of tours as well. I mean, we have, what, eight houses on the property now?
Yeah, by then we'll have probably 10 houses that'll be on tour, 10. And some of them will actually be able to have the chapel up and running. And we may even have a wedding for the event. We'll wait and see what happens there, but there's a number of things that are going to be looking at possibly happening along with the music event, because it does happen in conjunction with the South by Southwest in Austin, which is only 30 miles away, to where they're having an eco conference at the same time, but they just happen to leave out salvage, and I don't know that that was wise. If we're going to have an eco conference, we need to discuss salvage as a solution, and so we're going to go ahead and create an event down here that focuses on that.
And then you'll be able to actually see the property too. I mean, we have 43 acres here, and our overarching goal really is to create tiny home villages where people who want to live tiny can come, and we can share some of the resources. Where we have a permaculture infrastructure that we're developing, as well as solar banks that we can share. And we already have a village started that you can kind of see what we're doing. We've got an artesian spring on the property, a pond that we're putting in, and underground caverns with bentonite clay springs. We've just got all kinds of cool, fun things here. So in addition to the fair and the speakers and the workshops, you're really going to be able to see what we've got going on here down in Luling, and we're pretty excited about it and proud of it. So we hope that a lot of you can come and visit us in October.
That'd be great. Wonderful, guys. All right. Well, I am excited myself about that. Well, again, you can sign up there, and we'll get you more information as soon as all that develops on our end. And as members, you will be the first to know and be able to sign up for the event that surrounds this community fair.